Okay, welcome to Module 1, Lesson 3. And this lesson is all about your powers and strengths. Now, just to start us off, if you have never done the little book called Strengths Finder, I would highly encourage you to go get that. And there's a little quiz in it. Just work through the quiz as part of this module. It's one of the most helpful resources I have found on discovering your strengths. But a little bit more background on that first. Let's talk about why understanding your strengths and your powers is crucially important to running a successful business. Discovering your powers is going to help you understand what kind of business you should be in. Powers are your greatest asset. The reason why you want to use your powers and your skills in your business is because those are the things that will position you as an expert. And you want to be an expert in your customer's mind. Your customers are going to be coming to you about areas where they feel like they're weak, and they want to rely on you and your strengths to help them make up for their weaknesses in those areas. Now, this is really hard because as human beings, and Americans specifically, we're taught from the time that we're little that we need to strengthen our weaknesses. In elementary school, teachers are always telling us where we're weak and where we need to find improvement. Our society teaches us that when we discover a weakness, that we need to spend our energy strengthening that. What I would like to tell you to do is find out what you're good at and find out what your strengths already are, and then maximize those. Almost exploit those strengths. That is going to be like putting the wind at your back, especially in entrepreneurship. And it's going to make your life so much easier to run a business that's built around your strengths rather than be constantly trying to strengthen your weaknesses and then build a business based on something that you might not be that good at in the first place. Here's another reason why focusing on your strengths is very important. I believe that focusing on your strengths allows your God-given gifts to shine. And by focusing on your strengths and your powers and your skills and your talents, that you're actually serving your purpose by utilizing those God-given gifts in the field of entrepreneurship. Now, let me tell you a story about a time in my life when I made a decision that did not focus on my strengths, and I feel like it's one of the biggest mistakes I made in entrepreneurship. My first company was a stationery company, and I started it because I was interested in design. As that company grew, we came to a crossroads where I realized I either needed to hire some management, maybe some C-level executives, some operations managers, things like that, or I needed to hire designers. It was no longer possible for me to wear both of those hats. I decided that even though I wasn't really good at numbers or management or operations, that I should give up the design, which was really a skill and a power and a strength for me, and I should focus on strengthening my weakness and improve in areas of operations and management. It ended up being one of the worst decisions I ever made, and it created a massive amount of burnout for me personally, simply because I wasn't doing something that I was gifted at. So it's so important for you to focus on your gifts in growing your business. Now, once you've discovered what your powers are, here's something else I would like to help you with. I would like to give you permission to delegate the things that you don't want to do. I would like to give you permission to delegate your weaknesses. You don't get a superhero award for doing it all. So I'd like to give you permission to focus on your strengths and delegate the things that you're not good at. So if you don't like numbers, find someone who does like numbers. Find someone who loves numbers and who's really good at bookkeeping or accounting, and hire them to be your bookkeeper or accountant. Now, let's say that you're in the beginning stages of your business and you can't afford a bookkeeper right now. No worries. You can figure out how to do a little bit of bookkeeping on your own. The important thing is that once you know what your strengths are, you know what needs to be in your plan. So you may not be able to hire a bookkeeper right now, but hire a bookkeeper definitely needs to go into the long-term plan that we're building out for your business. Here's what I want you to do with this. I would love for you to go get a copy of that Strengths Finder book and hop over to the forums and post your strengths there. Let's talk about this. Let's support each other and encourage each other. There's also a worksheet for you to fill out that's going to help you focus on your powers and your strengths. And then once you've filled that out, join us in the next module where we're going to talk about passions.